Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 96, and our diggers have a bunch of Windows games for us today. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. First up, Anthony has dug up WINGAMES /puzzle/Lucas. Not really sure what this is going to be. Puzzle and Lucas. All we got is a file ID, a help, and the program itself. So Lucas's problem. Oh, and it does maximize properly. Right? Yep. Gotta love it when a game maximizes properly. Okay, so options, change voice. Okay.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Oh, wow. Now that's that's definitely uncommon, getting actual digitized voice samples over the PC speaker in Windows. That was definitely an uncommon thing. And show win? Demonstrate playing a winning game. Not quite yet. But it's good to know that it can do that. Anywho, Lucas's Puzzle, Logic Game, version 2.1, copyright 1990 by James Curran.
My name is Curran. James Curran.
That was significantly more distorted than the test voice. Okay, so let's actually see what the rules are. General instructions. Puzzle was invented in the late 19th century by That's a weird way of spelling it. You'd think Edward would be like with a W, but Edouard Lucas, French mathematician. Your object is very simple. You're given a pattern, 2 sets of colored markers with an empty space in the middle. You have to reverse... It's off screen. To reverse the pattern, just to keep it interesting, there are a few rules on how you can go about this. Markers can only be moved in one direction, red markers toward the right and blue markers toward the left. Second, a marker can only be moved to the empty space by either sliding it over to the adjacent square or by jumping over one other marker. Okay, so very basic puzzle game. Yeah, so I've pretty much already lost because there's no way I can jump that over 2 of them. Yeah, so... Okay, so there's not really a whole lot of potential moves here. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. So, like that, and then like that, and like that. I push this here and then jump it. I think we'll be okay. That was freaky noise. But there you go. Congratulations. You solved it in 24 moves. Do you wish to play again? I'm going to guess if I hit no, it's probably going to close the program. So that's actually all there is to this. Lucas's problem. Very simple puzzle game with a very simple answer. I don't know if you could do it faster than 24 moves. In fact, I don't think it would be possible to do it slower. Because, think about this for a second. The pieces, you're ultimately trying to get these 4 pieces to this side. How would you potentially do that faster? Because ultimately, each one of these pieces has to move a fixed number of spaces. I don't know. But in any case, yeah, nothing more to this one. Very, very quick dig. Next up, James Dunn has dug up WinGames /newin2 /soccer95. So this is either going to be a soccer playing game, or a game where you play soccer, or it's going to be a game where you manage soccer. Soccer 95. And I'm going to guess not a Windows 95 program, even though I think this CD came out in time for Windows 95. Not quite sure. Anyways, we've got an SMS help file here. Finance? Yeah, I got a funny feeling this might be more of a management game than a actual playing game, but we'll see. Introduction. Soccer Management Simulator. Yep, nailed it. Is a soccer strategy game in which between 1 and 4 players manage soccer clubs in the 4 English divisions. Aim is straightforward. Each manager must make his club as successful as possible by building a winning team. It contains approximately 6,000 players in almost 300 clubs. This is the Shareware version. You are free to use it for as long as you want, or to copy and distribute it. The difference between the Shareware and registered versions, so the former has had the save load facilities disabled. So basically it's the entire game, except you can't save your game in progress, which, given that this is a management simulator, that's probably a big deal. So that's actually a common way to, don't mind the train passing outside. That's actually a common way to sort of limit a Shareware version, but still give people like the full experience, is that you just simply make it so that you can't save. Because sometimes saving is kind of necessary if you want to actually make decent progress in something. So you have the ability to beat the game, you just don't have the ability to turn it off in the process. I don't know, I think disabling saving is actually a very good way of crippling software that from crippling the full version of a program for a Shareware version that people can distribute, because it's such a critical feature, but it's one that you don't really need if you're not doing any serious work with anything or such. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but let's just play it. Soccer Management Simulator. So, well, I can't really do anything right now, so new game. Select number of players. 1. I will be me. And, okay, choose club to manage. Okay, so I choose from whoever. Well, I guess we'll do Premier League. We got these ones to choose from. We'll do Nottingham Forest. Oh, we can examine the club too. So it has, these are all the players in it. Now, I should point out, I've never really been much into sports management games. In fact, I've played very little of them. So I'm probably very ill-qualified to comment on how good or bad this game is. Company have bought laws from Nottingham Forest for a truck. That's an interesting amount of money. £666,666. Okay, then. So that's our news. I'm guessing... Let's check out the next matches. So our next match is apparently against Manchester City. We can check out the matches in the other divisions as well. So based on this, it looks like one of the members for the opposition has sustained an injury. I don't know what DSCPN stands for. Like, obviously this is the part of the field they play on. Yeah, matches, goals, some things. And then these are probably other stats, which I'm going to guess a higher number is probably better. That's usually how it goes, right? Okay, I know it doesn't always go that way. So there's definitely a lot to this. So what happens if we just go play match? Your team must not contain any suspended players. I have suspended players? Oh, I figured out how you do this now. So, yeah, you just click on 2 to swap them around. So this is our injured player. I guess we'll swap them with... Well, it has to be somebody playing that position. Yeah, PST stands for position. LM. I don't really have a lot of other people playing that position, do I? Just this guy. So, there you go. So, is that all we need? Can we watch the match now? No, it still says suspended players. Unless this stands for disciplinary action? So maybe that's what's going on, is they're suspended because they've been doing too many bad things. And from what I read in the instructions, the red means that you're actually you've marked them to intentionally open them up to trade. So they're both CDs, so we'll switch those out with these two guys down here. Okay, now can we play the match? Yes, we can. Okay, so ready. Okay, so did we win? Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester City 0 after 45 minutes. Nottingham Forest match tactics. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, how do I... Okay, there it goes. So that's the end of the match. Attendance was 27,000, and the news is saying that manager's rating average. Well, I don't know how to play that, so I'll take it. I'll take that. So yeah, it actually said, so these three players apparently didn't get a chance to play for whatever reason. And this was the person who actually got a goal. So that's good. Oh, hello. If you right-click, you actually get a whole bunch more stats. So even though I'm not big into the whole sports management games or anything, this looks pretty competent in terms of just the sheer amount of stuff there is here. I'm willing to bet that anybody into the sports management genre would be really into this. Especially given this was made when? I don't see a copyright. File date is 1994. So yeah, I'm willing to bet this was actually a late 94 game. So, I don't know, for Windows 3.1, this is actually definitely a lot of, well, you have to consider that the original Windows 3.1 was kind of tailored for this kind of a game almost, because it wasn't really designed for action. Like, I mean, anybody who's done any sort of GDI programming with Windows knows that it's not really done in a way that's conducive to doing action games. Like, you can do it, but you have to do all kinds of things to work around the fact that Windows wasn't made that way. Windows is an event-based operating system. Things don't happen unless events are triggered. So in order to make an action-based game, you have to sort of bypass that in a way, but still handle it anyways, otherwise Windows will get mad at you. So it's this kind of game works pretty well for Windows. So for a late 94 game, and the guy's only asking, was it £10 or $10? That's actually a big difference. £10. Okay, so that, at this point in history, that probably would have been closer to $20 US or 25 Canadian. So that's kind of a, well, actually it's not really that bad. Because sports management games, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. Look at that, 6,000 players that had to be considered. So, like, I mean, this is definitely worth that. If sports management is your jam, this is definitely worth that price. But for the average person, they're gonna go through this and be like, they're gonna be like me. They're gonna have absolutely no idea what they're doing. But that's perfectly fine. So, definitely worth checking out if this is a genre you like. And to finish things off today, Robert Mackey's dug up WINGAMES /GG/WNWAYOUT. Good choice, Robert. This is actually a game where I know exactly what it is, because I almost considered adding it to the Windows 3.1 filler that I did a while back. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. There it is. Although I don't remember there being 2 exe files. Maybe it's on this disk twice. But I don't even need to read the tech info or anything. WNWAYOUT. And this one maximizes properly too. We got 3 for 3 for maximizations again. Anyways, WNWAYOUT is a 3D maze game, but it's also kind of got some RPG elements to it. You guys will see what I mean in a second here. So, Well, I'll show you how to play. When you start the game, you'll find yourself caught in a maze. The main part of the window is occupied by the 3D view of the labyrinth as seen from your position. You must find the treasure and the exit in order to escape from the maze. But there are some spiders and hunters tracking you. You need swords and bows to defeat the enemies, but each sword lasts for only 3 strokes. You start with 1 sword, but there are more swords and bows hidden in the maze. With each bow, you will also find 5 arrows. You'll experience that the swords have more effect than the bows, but bows allow you to attack at a greater distance. You'll also find potions which allow you to recover from injuries. If you find an oracle, you may select if you want to see a map of the whole maze, or the way to the treasure or the exit. So if you choose either the way or the treasure or the exit, green arrow on the floor will show you the right way. And you have to hurry because it only lasts for 30 seconds. Game ends when you found both the treasure and the exit or are killed by your foes. And what was the registration on this? That's just the form. Where's the actual fee? The registration fee is $15. So it was made in 1992 by, well, version 2.0 was... I never knew this music was in here. Wow. Okay then. And goodbye to the music. I had no idea that music was there. And we're already at very high detail. Actually, what does it look like at low detail? There's some retro Ultima detail there. And I'm under attack right now because of, yeah. And you can actually set customization for the maps too. So you can set how much health you start with, how many oracles there are, how many enemies there are, and all the stuff to fight them. Anyways, let's do an advanced game. Oh, it's starting me right near a spider, huh? Ah, starting me right near 2 spiders. And we got another one right here. So the trick to dealing with the enemies is just, oh, those guys, I have nothing left. And this is like a dead end it started me in. Okay, that's very unlucky way to start. It's a new game. Abandoned current game, yes. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, there's a sword down there. That should help. So yeah, the spiders are the weak... Ooh, couple swords. Spiders are the weaker enemies. And there's not really much more to it than that. The spiders take a single sword hit, while those things take 2 sword hits, I believe. And the trick really is to just make sure you're not in front of them when you... Oh, and we could pick up an oracle thing, so you don't... Whoa. Come on. There you go. So yeah, 2 sword hits for the hunters. Now, one thing that's a little tricky is that the down button simply reverses your direction. It doesn't move you backwards. Forgot about that. So that tripped me up a little at the start, but... I'm not going to use the oracle feature just yet. You can save it for when you want to use it. The trick to surviving is just let the enemies make their moves before you make your own. Okay, we've got another oracle there. Let's actually use the one I have. Find our way to the treasure. Okay, we got the treasure. Now we just have to get out of here. Ooh, another oracle. And way to the exit. Whoops. Need to be a little quicker than that. And another spider. I'll ignore that one. Oh, I'm not going to be able to ignore this guy. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh well, I got a bow. There's the exit. I'll shoot him with the bow. And down he goes. Anyways, you have made a new high score. And what are the high scores? Oh, it keeps them separately for the different skill levels. So yeah, I was definitely considering adding this game to the filler video I did a while back. The reason why I didn't is because there really isn't a lot to this game. I wanted to recommend games that had either a lot to them or had a lot of replay value. This game, it's fun, but the replay value isn't really there. Yeah, you got random maps and everything, but you're basically running through the exact same motions every time, so the level of challenge isn't really there. So, yeah, it's not that it's a bad game, but it does get repetitive very quickly. So that's ultimately why I didn't add it. But still, it's worth checking out if you're interested in a 3D maze game that has a little more to it than just trying to find your way out of the maze.